Swipe right, swipe left. Endless profiles, ghosting, and the exhausting search for a connection in a digital world. This is modern dating. But what if the path to finding a lifelong partner had nothing to do with an app? What if it was a quiet, secret, and deeply traditional process guided by centuries of wisdom? Today, we are decoding 10 Amish rules of courtship you won't believe still exist. This is a blueprint for a different kind of love story, so if you're ready to learn, make sure you subscribe. Welcome back to the Colony Legacy. In a world that glorifies fleeting romance and individual passion, the Amish approach to finding a spouse is a radical act of rebellion. It's a system built not on the chaotic search for a soulmate, but on the steady construction of a lifelong partnership. It prioritizes compatibility, community approval, and a shared, unbreakable commitment to faith and family. Today, we pull back the curtain on their private, fascinating, and often misunderstood world of courtship. Rule number 1. Courtship with a purpose. The first and most important rule is a profound shift in mindset. There is no such thing as casual dating in the Amish world. A young man and woman do not hang out, see each other, or see where things go. The concept of dating for recreation or social status is entirely foreign. Courtship, which they often call running around or keeping company, only begins when both individuals are of marriageable age, typically in their late teens to early 20s, and are seriously considering a lifelong partnership. Every single interaction, from the first conversation to the final decision, is framed by this ultimate purpose. This eliminates the ambiguity, the mixed signals, and the emotional turmoil of modern dating. It sets a clear, serious, and respectful intention from the very beginning. The goal is not to have fun for a season. The goal is to build a family for a lifetime. Rule number 2. The Sunday night social. So if there's no dating app and no bar scene, how do young people even meet? The primary social event, the heartbeat of the Amish youth social world, is the Sunday evening youth singing. After the main church service, unmarried young people from the church district and sometimes from neighboring districts gather at a host family's home. They spend hours singing traditional, slow, multi-part hymns from a special, centuries-old songbook called the Auspund. This is not a performance. It is a powerful social ritual. The act of singing together in harmony is a metaphor for the community itself. It provides a structured, approved, and supervised environment for young people to interact, to observe one another's character, and for a young man to perhaps offer a young woman a ride home in his buggy, the first subtle and incredibly significant sign of interest. Rule number 4. Practical skills are paramount. Before a relationship can even begin, there is a period of careful, quiet observation. An Amish courtship is as much about assessing practical skills as it is about character. A young woman will pay close attention to a young man's work ethic and his standing in the community. Is he a skilled farmer who manages his fields well? Is he a capable craftsman whose work is respected? Does he maintain his buggy and his horses with care? These are not superficial questions. They are indicators of his ability to provide for and lead a family. Likewise, a young man will observe a young woman's abilities in the domestic sphere. Is she a good cook and baker? Is she a diligent gardener? Does she manage a household with grace and efficiency? This isn't cold calculation. It's a deeply practical understanding that a successful marriage and homestead depends on a partnership of two competent, hardworking, and capable individuals. Rule number 5. The courtship is a secret. Once a couple begins officially courting, their relationship is a closely guarded secret, known perhaps only to their immediate families. This is a stark contrast to our world of social media relationship statuses and public displays of affection. The couple will meet discreetly, often at the young woman's home on a Saturday or Sunday evening after her family has gone to bed. They will spend hours just talking, getting to know one another on a deep, personal level without the pressure of public scrutiny or gossip. This secrecy is a vital part of the process. It allows the relationship to develop genuinely based on character, conversation, and shared values, rather than on the opinions or expectations of others. The relationship only becomes public knowledge when the couple is absolutely certain they intend to marry. Rule number 6. The controversial tradition of bundling. This is perhaps the most famous and most misunderstood of all Amish traditions. Historically, in some of the more conservative Amish communities, a courting couple was permitted to bundle, or bed courting. This practice, which dates back centuries to Europe, involved the couple lying in bed together, fully clothed, and often separated by a wooden board or a blanket. The purpose was entirely practical, to allow for a private and lengthy conversation in the cold winter months without wasting precious firewood to heat a separate room. While this tradition has largely died out in most modern Amish communities, it speaks volumes about their culture. It shows their pragmatic nature, but also the deep trust placed in the young couple to maintain their chastity and self-control. It was a test of character, a way to be intimately close in conversation without crossing the ultimate physical line. Rule number 6. Simplicity in gifts and actions. In modern dating, extravagant gifts, expensive dinners, and grand romantic gestures can be a way to show affection. In the Amish world, such displays would be seen as prideful, worldly, and deeply inappropriate. Courtship gifts are simple, practical, and almost always handmade. A young man might give a young woman a beautifully carved wooden box for her sewing notions, a set of finely crafted kitchen utensils he made himself, or a practical item like a new songbook. These gifts are not about their monetary value, but about the time, skill, and thoughtfulness invested in them. They are symbols of a man's capability, his genuine care for the woman's life and work, a far more meaningful gesture in their world than a store-bought diamond. Rule number 7. Community approval is key. While the choice to court is personal, the choice to marry is a community affair. A young man cannot simply propose whenever the feeling strikes. Before he can ask for a woman's hand, he must first seek the approval of both his and her parents. After that, the matter is brought before the church elders. The community has a vested interest in the success of every marriage, as each new family forms a new pillar of their society. The elders will consider the couple's compatibility, their maturity, their family lineage, and their demonstrated commitment to the faith. A marriage is not just a union of two individuals, it's the merging of two families and the strengthening of the church. A couple that does not have the community's blessing will not be married. It is a powerful reminder that in their world, the well-being of the group always comes before the desires of the individual. This incredible system of community involvement, from courtship to the economy, is the foundation of Amish life. To understand how this same principle of mutual aid allows them to build thriving businesses with zero debt, don't miss our deep dive into their unique economy. We have linked our episode 7 Amish Money Secrets That Build Generational Wealth in the description below. Rule number 8. No engagement ring. There is no dramatic proposal on one knee and absolutely no diamond engagement ring. The modern engagement ring is, in their view, a symbol of wealth, status, and individual vanity, all things their culture actively discourages. So how does a couple become officially engaged? The decision is published in the church. On a specific Sunday, the deacon will stand before the congregation and announce the names of the couples who intend to marry. This simple public announcement is the official engagement. The community's collective knowledge and their blessing is the only symbol required. It is a far more powerful and meaningful symbol in their world than any piece of jewelry could ever be. Rule number 10. The wedding is a community project. An Amish wedding is not planned by a professional wedding planner or held at an expensive venue. It is a massive, community-wide undertaking that demonstrates their principles in action. The entire church district, sometimes hundreds of people, come together to prepare. For days leading up to the wedding, the women work together in massive assembly lines, cooking and baking enormous quantities of food. The men will clear out a large barn or workshop, building long tables and benches to seat all the guests. The ceremony itself is not a short romantic affair. It is a long, simple, and solemn church service, often lasting 3 hours, filled with sermons about the duties of marriage. The wedding is a powerful demonstration of their principle of mutual aid, and in itself, a celebration of the community. Rule number 10. The vow is forever. The final and most profound rule is that the marriage vow is absolute, unconditional, and unbreakable. The concept of divorce is virtually non-existent in the Amish world. It is simply not an option. When a couple marries, they are making a sacred, lifelong covenant before God and their entire community. This understanding brings an incredible weight, seriousness, and intentionality to the entire courtship process. They are not choosing a partner for the next few years or until things get tough. They are choosing the person they will walk alongside for the rest of their lives, through every hardship, every joy, every sickness, and every success. Here at the Colony Legacy, we see this as the ultimate expression of their commitment to stability, permanence, and a different kind of love story.